You need an attitude adjustment. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? He has shown zero to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The report tells me you are doing nothing. Zero. Nada. You're looking at doing 10 years in prison. All right. Do you want to go to prison? How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
Yes, Your Honor.
This 20-year-old kid is back in court after treating probation like a suggestion instead of an actual court order. And honestly, let's call it what it is. This isn't some rookie mistake. This is someone who thinks the rules apply to everyone except him. He already got nailed with charges of cocaine and weed, and instead of using probation as a reset button, he vanished like he forgot the whole system existed. The wild part? He's only 20, and is already running full speed toward a future that looks a whole lot like prison walls. This isn't spiraling. This is crashing on purpose. And you can almost tell this behavior didn't just magically appear. This feels like one of those cases where nobody ever held him accountable, so now he's shocked that real consequences exist. It's sad, honestly. He's wasting years he could be using to rebuild his life. Dio, you think this path is purely his fault? Or do you think the people who raised him played a part in this mess? Let's jump in and take a look.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Why do you think you're here?
For compliance hearing for coming out positive.
All right. And what else?
That should be it.
Well, let me just tell you the report I'm receiving on you. This is what the probation officer is saying to me about you. And how old are you?
20.
All right, you're 20. Since obtaining the probationer's case, when they say probationer, they're talking about you. He has shown zero to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The probationer has had issues reporting on time, reporting for field visits, testing positive for cocaine and meth, and enrolling or providing proof of employment for any remaining court-ordered programs. The probationer and I have had several discussions regarding his actions and how or what we can do to get back on track, really stressing the small actions, such as simply calling this probation officer within 24 hours after an attempted field visit, or taking accountability for his action. The probationer appears to continue to struggle to grasp the severity of his circumstances and what he can do to grow and move forward with his life, and the lessons he can learn on his probation path. That's the report that I have on you. The report tells me you are doing nothing. Zero. Nada. Why are you doing nothing on this probation in this court other than using drugs?
I have attended 2 out of the 4 classes, and we have had.
No, they say you don't even call in.
Call in when they come for a field visit?
Yeah, they say you're not doing the simplest of things. And what I can tell you is you've had 3 motions to revoke in this court. So, and I know that each time you came before me, I've told you that you're looking at up to 10 years in the prison. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? Each time you come before me, I know I've told you you're looking at doing 10 years in prison. Obviously, your mother is not laying down the law with you at home. They say that you keep saying that you work with your mom, but you don't provide any proof. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to allow you to work with your mom because I don't know if your mom is actually having you work with her. So you're going to ISF. And the reason why I'm sending you to ISF is because you need an attitude adjustment. You understand? Now, if you don't want to sign to go to ISF, you don't have to sign for it. What will end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. So which would you prefer?
ISF, Your Honor.
All right. So he wants to go to ISF, and if you could put him in ISF cognitive.
Your Honor, so we, the recommendation was for local ISF.
Okay.
He did complete the state ISF.
Okay.
Are you
Well,
wanted to
if
go
the
ahead and go with
recommendation
the
is local, we can go with the local.
Okay.
Has he been drug tested?
He's on a drug patch, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So you're going to go to local ISF. This is the last time we're going to have this conversation with you following rules. Obviously, your mom is not laying down the law with you. So you're not going to be allowed to work with your mom. You're going to have to get a job with a different employer, because if you get a job with a different employer, that employer, if you don't report, they're not going to pay you. They're not going to call the court and say, oh, yeah, he reported for work if you did not. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to go to prison?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you want to go to prison, I will get an attorney appointed to you and you can go to prison and I'll send you to prison. How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
No.
That's a good thing. Probation, this is serious. And I hope I'm getting your attention, because we're not going to have a conversation again where you're not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, is there anything else you need to be successful on this probation?
No, it shouldn't be.
All right. Do not come back here again where you are not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I keep an open mind on everything, but we are not going to have any more compliance hearings with you. If I get a report and it appears that everything is in order, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. When a motion to revoke is filed, what ends up happening is a warrant is issued for your arrest, and you will be picked up wherever you may be. You could be at the grocery store in the middle of checking out or have already checked out. You know what's going to happen? Those groceries are going to be put to the side and they're going to take you to jail. If you are at home, they're going to pick you up and take you to jail. If you're in the middle of watching a movie and you're at the part where they're about to solve everything, guess what? If they pick you up during that time, you're going to miss what happens. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In this court, probation is serious. In this court, communication is key. And probation officers know that I like for them to communicate with people. And that's why they put in here that they've had several discussions with you regarding your actions. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the judge decided to ship him off to an ISF, an intermediate sanction facility. And if you've never heard of it, imagine jail mixed with forced self-improvement. You get housing, classes, counseling, behavioral programs. But don't get confused. You're still locked down. Some folks like to call it one more chance. And technically, sure, that's true. But come on, he already showed us what he thinks about chances. Probation was his free pass, and he didn't even pretend to respect it. And honestly, the only reason he's even standing there with another lifeline is because his mom has been cushioning every fall he's ever had. You see this pattern a lot. Kids raised to believe someone will always clean up their mess, and then the justice system tries to gently guide them, hoping something finally sticks. But if you've never had to face real consequences, why would this time magically make you change? ISF can absolutely be a reality check, but only if you're willing to do the work. And judging by how relaxed he looked in that courtroom, it's pretty clear he still thinks none of this is serious. He's chewing through every opportunity like it's unlimited. Keep this up and is staring down a real, multi-year sentence. Watching someone act this unfazed is almost painful. I hate to say it, but I don't see him flipping that switch. But all right, let's shift gears, because the next case, entirely different vibe. A mom, a CPS case, and a whole lot of questionable priorities.
Are you Celine Briard?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Briard.
Briard? Oh, I was doing great. All right. So how many children do you have? All right, excuse me. In this area, you all are blocking probation. She cannot hear, she cannot see.
I have 3 children. I'm expecting.
All right. How old are your 3 other children?
They're 2, 3, and 5 months.
And where are they?
They're with their grandmother.
So how long have they been with their grandmother?
A couple of months, Judge.
Why?
I just had some things going on. I thought it was best for my mother-in-law has custody of my kids right now.
Why does she have custody?
Oh, because I had
I'm sorry, you're going to have to speak
I
up.
had a CPS case going on because my son had got out of the apartment when everybody was sleeping early in the morning, and so
Is this the 5-month-old?
no, no, ma'am. They're 2 3-year-old.
Okay. So you have a CPS case.
Yes, ma'am. It's currently about to be closed.
Oh, it's about to be closed?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means if it's about to be closed, that means, and your attorney does CPS work, right? So tell her what that means, counselor.
Judge, what happened was it turned out to be a safety plan, an investigation in which I met the safety placement, and she verified everything.
So,
If everything pans out, she knows it will be closed. If not, it could go legal. But
and
we looked into
the
it
reason why
further.
they do the safety plans means exactly what it says, safety plan.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your drug of choice?
I mean, I don't do any drugs right now, but I was using methamphetamines, but I've been sober for quite a while now.
All right. How often were you using meth?
Like maybe every week, every other week. It just depends.
When's the last time you used meth?
Like 4 months.
All right. So that's probably why CPS was involved. When's the last time you had employment?
I was right before I was arrested.
Doing what?
I was doing home health care and working for a hotel at the front desk.
All right. I can tell you right now, I don't allow people on probation here to be home health care providers.
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
To the 8th grade.
See, and this is nothing about you, but this is my problem with home healthcare providers. Home healthcare providing is turning into West telemarketing. They don't do background checks. They're just letting anybody come in. And maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but they're looking at the bottom line, the dollar line. So I'm being told that they're letting somebody with an 8th grade education who has meth issues, who has 3 children that she doesn't even have custody for them, work as a home health care provider. Thank you, home health care provider people. So that is why I don't let people work as home health care provider. Now, maybe once you get your life together, maybe that will be a good fit for you, but I'm not going to allow that.
Yes, I understand.
So why do you only have your 8th grade education?
I just never furthered my education, but I am in, actually just before I got arrested, got some GD books from the library, so I am trying to pursue my GD.
Okay. So what are you planning on doing with your rest of your life? What are your hopes, your dreams?
Well, after I get my GD, I want to be a cosmetologist. So.
Okay. Hey, that's doable. But I will tell you this, anything that requires a license, when you have convictions, before you start spending all that money to do it, you need to find out from the state, wherever you're going to be licensed, if that's going to be a hindrance to you.
Yes,
Not saying that it will stop you, but it may cause complications.
yes,
All right, counsel, is there anything else?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years.
Now, this next situation doesn't come with the same heavy prison time, but let's not pretend it's a small thing either. We're dealing with drug charges and an active CPS investigation. She tried brushing it off, saying CPS only stepped in because her kid wandered outside alone. But come on, cases don't elevate like that over one moment. Something else had to be going on behind the scenes. The real issue here is drug use, especially anywhere near children. That's where the courts draw a hard line, and rightfully so. If you're using, you can't walk into court and expect a judge to hand you custody without serious questions. Now, she says she's sober now, and if that's genuinely true, probation could help her rebuild her life. But probation is a razor-thin line. One drop, one bad screen, one slip, and she's instantly doing up to 2 years. No warnings, no try again, no cushion to that the gamble she's taking whether she realizes it or not. And honestly, I'm not completely convinced she grasps how fragile that second chance is. Once addiction mixes with parenting, separating those two worlds again is incredibly hard. The judge basically handed her a test. Show me you can handle this. But the success rate in these cases isn't great. The saddest part? If she messes up, she's not the only one who pays. The child is the one who gets hit the hardest. What do you all think? Was probation the right call, or should the court have taken a firmer route?
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Judge, she'd like to know, how much longer or how long she would be waiting for that TAP evaluation since you ordered it in custody.
Yes.
Up to 2 weeks.
Up to 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So here's the thing. Those 3 children, those are your children. It's not the grandparents' child. The grandparents are just supposed to be grandparents to children. They're not supposed to be raising more children, which is raising your children. You cannot have children and then tell them to go to Travis Park and say, you're on your own. And there is no reason a child should be able to get out of your house and you not know about it, and they're that age. So many things could have happened to your child when they got out of the house. Could have been hit by a car. And guess what? People can't see children that age because they're tiny and they're small. Somebody could have picked them up. And guess what? There's a reason we have indecency with a child cases in this court. Anything could have happened to your child. And when you're using drugs and you're pregnant, whatever you're using, your child is using too. So if you don't think a baby should be smoking a cigarette, you shouldn't be smoking a cigarette, because guess what? When you're carrying a child and you're smoking a cigarette, your babies are smoking a cigarette. If you don't think a child should be doing alcohol, when you're drinking alcohol, your baby's drinking alcohol. You're going to have to start making better choices. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
She came across respectful in court overall. But did anyone else catch that weird smirk when the judge mentioned her kid slipping out of the house? What exactly was funny there? Because nothing about that situation is a joke. When drugs are involved and your child is roaming around unsupervised, that's not oops. That's dangerous on a whole different level that a kid wandering outside alone is already serious. A kid wandering outside while the parent is using? That crosses into a territory that can have heartbreaking outcomes. If you're not ready for the responsibility of protecting a child, especially while sober, then doing it under the influence is impossible. Harsh or not, it's the truth that we see this all the time, out in stores, in public, wherever. Parents mentally checked out while their kids run into chaos. What we watched in this courtroom is a legal system trying to intervene before that becomes another tragedy. Judge Boyd gave her a legitimate chance to get her life in order. But whether she grabs hold of that opportunity is completely on her. What do you think? Was Judge Boyd spot on with this ruling, or do you think she went too easy?